Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Warframe. Today, we're going to go over my Atlas build, specifically my Atlas Prime build. I have a very old video up for my Atlas build, but it's actually changed a fair bit since then, and also Atlas Prime has come out since then, so I figured I should go over it again. Whoops. First things first, let's go over the abilities. Firstly, it's passive. You're immune to knockdown while you're on the ground, so as long as your feet are planted on the ground, you're immune to knockdown. It's fantastic. It's one of the best passives in the game. It's fantastic. His first ability is pretty much the main ability I use on him, pretty much period, is his landslide. He punches shit, and it has a damage multiplier that will stack up as it goes. It's really cool. Secondly, he has tectonic, so you can create a wall. He can then send that wall out as a big rolling boulder. That's about it. It's cool, I guess, but honestly not entirely useful a vast majority of the time. Next he has Petrify. He can turn enemies to stone, which is cool. I mean, it's fine. For the most part, not amazing, but it's cool. Also worth noting, if you destroy them with Landslide, then you will get like little healing bits that will heal Atlas, which is nice synergy, I guess, but ultimately unnecessary with my build as far as I'm concerned. And finally he has his rumblers, where he sends out two little golem dudes who will go and fight for him. The biggest problem with these guys is they walk into a nullifier bubble, they get destroyed very, very quickly. They also don't have the most amount of health. You can see here they've got 13,000 health, which isn't insignificant, as well as 1,000 armor. That's not insignificant, but at the same time, at higher end stuff, they do tend to die fairly easily. I'll show them off in the test anyway, though. But for the build, this is Atlas Prime. It only takes one former to do this build. Worth noting, optimally, you would have one more former in here so that you could get a couple of these mods maxed out, which I currently don't have, like Prime Continuity. One more to get that maxed. Umbral Fiber and Umbral Intensify. One more needs to be maxed. And Power Drift I have added rank 8 rather than a rank 9, just for fitting slot purposes. Arcane Grace, Arcane Nullifier. Again, you could have pretty much anything in here. I just use this when I don't know what else to put in there. We have Steel Charge. So melee weapon damage is increased, plus 60% to your melee damage. Also gives you more slots, and he comes with a V polarity to begin with, so that just fits quite nicely. We have Power Drift for ability strength, also lowers our chance of knockdown. We have Augur Reach for 30% range, Stretch for 45% range, Umbral Vitality and Umbral Intensify for 500% health and 50% ability strength, respectively. Now reminded for a bunch of ability duration at the cost of some range, Streamline for a bit of efficiency, Transient Fortitude for a bunch of strength at the cost of some duration, and then Prime Continuity to get all that duration back. And some. Which gives us 222% duration, 130% efficiency, 109% range, and 218% strength. Which is pretty good. So, the way that I tend to use Atlas, I think that's good. Yep, that's good. So the way I tend to use Atlas is punch things and then rumbler things. You will notice here that as long as you're rumbling things, i.e. punching things, you're not taking damage. See there, I got a little healing orb off that. Can send out my rumblers. I'm pretty low on health, but honestly I'm not too worried. Just want to get some energy back, is what I'm waiting here for. And I can wait behind my wall while my rumblers go punch things and distract them. And then we just do an intermittent melee attack and then punch things a bunch. You can petrify things occasionally, then punch them some more. and all the more punching. And I punched him off the edge, so I think he's dead. I think everything is dead, in fact. Looks like it. Yep. So that's my Atlas build. That's just pretty much how he goes. He has quite the amount of health. It's worth noting that if you do... if you put Life Strike on here, which is what I ordinarily have on these, when on my regular Techo, and when my Techo Prime are up, I'm going to have Life Strike rather than Gladiator Rush. You can get your health back fairly easily just by doing some heavy attacks, which is really, really nice. He does have some problems with health recovery, as you saw there. I was kind of having to hide near the end of that with level 145 enemies. But in general, he's not too bad. Anything under like level 110, 120, he's usually fine. Like he just has enough health that he can just tank anything that he would be doing. And because you're punching things with your 1 and you're invulnerable while you're doing that, you don't really have to worry too much about the stuff that's going on with his health. And if you really need health, you can petrify things and break them down to get some health drops from that as well, but I don't find that particularly useful. I find it usually better just to make sure you don't get hurt in the first place by using your 1. But that, all in all, is Atlas. So, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.